So I would have liked to have made this video earlier when we bought this little Winnebago. It's, I believe, a 21-foot Winnebago. It's kind of a small little fella. It's, I'm making this video to kind of document the work that we're going to do to it because when we bought it, the man who sold it to us basically lied about absolutely everything you could think of, and told us everything was in working order. And so right now you'll just have to excuse all the clutter. We've got ladders and tools and all kinds of stuff out, but we just kind of want to go through as a memory what we've done to it, or what we're going to do to it, and basically what we're doing right now. So this is the back of it. You'll see I've cleaned these windows, which is simply just cleaning the windows. Not that much frill there, except this one back window right here that I'm kind of focusing in on had this really nasty coating that you couldn't see through. So I've scraped that off with a razor blade and used a little bit of fine steel wool to get that off, and I'm in the process of, like I said, I'm in the process of washing all the windows. I'm taking out the screens. I'm going to wash them out so that they work. By all means, though, that is the least of our problems. We went to the junkyard just today, and we got this window because one of the same window right there works perfectly, but does not have a screen, and it seemed that this was a whole unit, so we couldn't take the screen off of it, or at least in the hurry at the pull and save. The junkyard, we couldn't get it out, but maybe on further inspection we'll be able to get it out. But anyways, the window that we still have is perfect. So they did come with new tires. I will have to look online tonight though to see if there's any warnings on these tires, because with as many things as are wrong with this cute little camper, it's very well that those are bad. This guy really lied to us about everything. So it is cute and it is redeemable, and my boyfriend Matt is extremely capable, and he will very much be able to get this thing running in perfect condition and really bring life back into it. It's going to be a nice little thing once it's done. It's unfortunate that it's been treated so roughly and that the man flat out lied to us. Again, I'm sorry if I'm bitter about that. So we're going to have to fix that. Here we go. Here he is right now. Hey. Want to go over what you're doing right now, or what you've done so far?
Well, right now, just kind of basically fixing things that were kind of jerry-rigged, I guess you'd say. Right now I'm working on the throttle cable. This is kind of bolted down with the washer, and we found a bracket from the junkyard, so got that all bolted in nicely. And got a vacuum advance pod from the junkyard too, because the one that's on there is broken. So this one does work even though it's used. And the guy said that he gave it a tune-up before he sold to us, but the distributor cap was old, the rotor was old, the points were old, and there was even a spider nest inside the distributor. So it's like he didn't even give it a tune-up, he didn't even look at it. So got new spark plugs, new wires, new distributor cap, new points, new condenser, rebuilt the carburetor because it was in pretty poor shape, it was really dirty. And it's starting to run pretty fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me just see if I can't give a little shot of it. So I'm sorry, did you talk about the air filter being the wrong one? And
Not yet. This is basically the air filter that was on there. It's for like a Briggs & Stratton or something. It's small, or like a Kohler engine. So we found the original air filter at the junkyard.
right down yonder. Sorry for the bad.
The original air filter housing. So this is for the 300 inline 6, and basically bolts on like that. This points forward, obviously. And the air filter is much bigger, as you can see. It fits inside here. So a lot more airflow.
Hopefully get better gas mileage.
Hopefully better mileage, we'll see. But yeah, it's running on all cylinders now, and It's going to get sufficient airflow. So it should be a happy camper.
We will have to modify, Matt said he's going to have to modify that one because it's for...
Oh. Yeah, there's some emission stuff because it came off of a late 70s Ford. So this stuff is for emissions on those. So I'm just going to take those off and block them off.
Weld them up and stuff, so...
Yeah.
So that's going to be restored.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Were you done going over everything in there?
I think there's some small stuff like clips and hoses and... Oh, the brakes didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy had... I don't know if you can see it, but right here there's a tube sticking out the side. But that basically went to the wiper washer reservoir, and then it just dead-ended down here somewhere, and it was sucking in air. And this right here was loose. This is the vacuum hose for the brakes, which gives the brakes a boost, basically. The brakes were really, really spongy. They didn't work that great. Now they work fantastic. So that's good. And this thing's missing like washers and springs, and put a clip on there so the kickdown cable will actually stand properly. Here's a spring here that had to be put on so it returns properly instead of downshifting every, whenever it wanted to when it's kicked down by itself.
Good deal.
Yeah, and all the cables lubed up, like the choke cables lubed up. All those cables up there, they move freely.
Yeah, he got those all working. We also got a reservoir for the wiper fluid. The one that in it is cracked. Oh yeah, and so the wipers will be working shortly. Right underneath where I'm showing you right now is where the radiator is, and it was leaking pretty bad. He used some JB Welds. It's
still kind of dripping, but maybe do another coat tonight. Drain the radiator again into a bucket and JB weld it back up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that, but at least we did drive it pretty far when we got it, like let's see, we got it on Thursday, I believe, and we turned around and we left Saturday morning with just some minor repairs. We didn't even really have a chance to clean it. We had kind of a interesting event going on, so we just decided to take it. It ran really poorly, but with the JB Weld, even though it's still leaking a little bit through the JB Weld, it wasn't a problem. The radiator was not a problem whatsoever getting to our destination. So that at least is good.
Yeah, and basically the JB Welds is more or less of a temporary fix. I'd definitely like to solder it up properly so it won't leak ever again.
Hence this lovely temporary fix right here. You'll see that we put some camo duct tape on these seats.
Yeah.
If you look over on this one, you'll see the condition that they were in. They had blankets over them. There's the door panel. Here is, I don't know, I'm sorry about the film quality, but here, see this tape that's up at the top of the window? It's really blurry. So that's what I took off on the back window. I've taken it off on some, it was completely covering the back window.